Welcome to Living Under New Mexico Skies, a podcast brought to you by Parnall Law. In this episode, we meet Ciara Contreras, Intake Director at Parnall Law. We learned that Ciara may live under neon lights, but she definitely works under New Mexico skies. And this became brilliantly clear during our discussion of her pro snowboarding past and love of the outdoors and animals. Intake at a law firm is a demanding job, and Ciara leads her team of specialists with a lot of energy, skill, and love. You know, Ciara believes that Maya Angelou said it best. People will forget what you said, people may forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Hey, Ciara, welcome to Living Under New Mexico Skies. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you, Chris, for having me. I'm so grateful to be here.
So, we're going to cover a lot of ground, as I know we are in our conversation. And one thing I do want to get to is your position as intake director.
Yes.
I think but I get a sense that you're a people person, and I get a feeling that there's a lot of things I want to talk to before we kind of get to your career choice.
Yes.
Because I think it'll be kind of a funny journey as we kind of go through it. So.
Absolutely.
So, I like to ask all of our guests when we start, tell us a little something about yourself.
Oh, man.
What do you want people to know about Ciara?
Oh, such a deep rabbit hole, right? I born in Mission Viejo, California, and moved to Vegas when I was 2 years old.
Wow.
So Vegas kind of chose me.
Yeah.
And then, grew up from there. You are so correct. I'm a people person.
Yeah.
I love peopling, as we like to call it.
Very cool.
And about me, I love to love, which is something that I have to, it sounds easy, but something I work on every day.
No. And especially being a director, you have a staff of people who you've got to share that love, so they share the love with clients.
Absolutely.
So it's a process.
Absolutely.
So, very cool.
In the home sector, I am a huge dog lover, concerningly so.
We're going to get to that, too. I have some questions for you.
Okay. Yes. Before becoming a director, took a really fun life journey on the pro amateur circuit for the women's snowboarding.
Wow,
so
very cool. Very cool. Yeah.
Love doing that.
Yeah.
Got into that to, impress a guy. What women doesn't to impress someone.
There you go.
And then I kind of took it pro amateur.
Yeah, that's really cool. So.
Yes, thank you.
Well, it's interesting because, when I saw your bio, I saw, you come from a good, European Polish family.
Yes.
Now I'm Ukrainian. My family's village is right on the Polish border in Ukraine. But what I found interesting was when you talked about the snowboarding, I said, well, that kind of makes sense. A lot of European are pretty good when it comes to snowboarding, skiing. So
yes,
that's very interesting.
I love it. Yeah. So even though my last name now is Contreras, my maiden name was Zamborski.
Oh, of course it was. I'm from Chicago.
Yes. So identity was never a problem. It was that pronunciation. So
yeah. Okay. So growing up in Vegas.
Yes.
I always tell people, when I meet someone from a place where I always go, wow, I don't think I've ever met someone who grew up in Vegas. So what was that like as a kid? Now granted, I always tell people, I lived in Santa Fe for 30 years. People would visit and they go, God, this is what you guys must be. I'm like, no, we're not down here every day.
Right.
So you guys weren't on the Strip every weekend.
No, we don't live on the Strip. We don't swim in the Bellagio fountains.
Yeah, exactly.
We're actually about, if you're a local, you really tend to stay away from the Strip because, everyone who comes there, it is such a big spectacle and everyone should enjoy themselves in the best and safest ways possible. Yeah. But for us locals, we're like, oh, no, thank you. I don't want to go there. So we stay at home.
Especially when you're a teen. My son up in Santa Fe is like, no, Dad, we don't go down there unless we want to cause trouble.
There you go. Oh, yeah. You want to pet the Metro horses that are walking on the Strip, everything. You can't do that. I tried. FYI.
So this is a funny story, a little side-by, but I think you'll appreciate this. I was talking about someone who actually grew up in Vegas.
Yes.
So a famous roadie by the name of Doki, Brian Milne, he was a big-time rock and roll roadie, AC/DC, Metallica, Rolling Stones.
Oh, wow.
He was born in Vegas, but the crazy part of the story was his dad was one of Elvis's bodyguards.
Oh my God.
And I would regale me with stories, tell me what your dad told me, And he said like a couple times Dad had to take him to work and there he's in a hotel suite with Elvis. I'm
my God.
This is in the 70s. I'm like, so
I can't even imagine.
That had to have shaped your personality though, that place with all the lights and the energy. And
it did. Vegas taught me how to read people.
Oh, interesting.
And intake has taught me why that matters.
Oh, yeah.
So
no, that's critical.
Goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
Because you see everything and everyone, and you experience them in different ways with that high flood of emotion, and you have to be able to control that yourself, because I think the most powerful person in the room is the one who can control their emotions.
Yeah. So. Especially when you're doing it for a living. And you're not, so that's critical. Mm-hmm. Well, before we kind of go down that path, this is really interesting. People don't, and you grew up there, people don't realize Vegas has some amazing natural beauty. I used to go to Red Rocks.
Oh, yes. I live down the street from Red Rock.
Perfect. Well, then we're right there. So I would go for this SIA, the ski show. In Vegas years ago. I would go for the men's apparel because I was working at Outside Magazine and we had to go to all these shows. Yeah. But I always find a chance to take my clients and I say, hey, you want to do something really different? And they think, oh, he's going to take us gambling or walk down the strip. And we get in the car and we drive out to Red Rocks. Oh. And I take them on that hike. And it's changed over the years, a little more contained now, but back then it was a little more rustic, but also rock climbing. Mm-hmm. So there I am with a bunch of outdoor industry people. I'm like, next thing you know, we're bouldering, So but people don't realize that's a beautiful asset out there.
Yes, you
absolutely
can
gorgeous.
Pivot very quickly living in Las Vegas. You can do the strip shows and the dinners and the this, and then you can pivot into the natural part of it, the beauty of it, which it definitely has as well. So it's a wonderful place.
I know there's mountain bike outfitters in Vegas. You know what I mean? It's like, what? Picture Elvis on a mountain bike at some point. That would have been very cool. So, now I want to talk about the snowboarding because people say, okay, Las Vegas, but I know that you guys have, areas in that, is it Lee Canyon?
Yes. So we have LVSSR, which is the Las Vegas Ski and Snowboard Resort. Oh, so that's what we have there.
Interesting. I had no idea.
Yep. And Lee Canyon it's right there in Lee Canyon.
It reminds me of Santa Fe. I looked at photos and images. Now, shame on me, I've never gone out there.
We only have about 3 trails. We got the bunny slope, the difficult one, and the one that I don't dare ever go on. So, not anymore. But
so when you did Pro-Am circuit, and I've got some funny anecdotes we can kind of cover because I was riding for K2 backcountry. Oh, gosh. So I kind of got a sense. Now, were you park? Were you free ride? What were you doing when you were...
Free ride. So I did free ride. Nice. Loved to show off my skills because I couldn't remember a routine to save my life. So I would make it up as I went. And
very cool.
Yes, and that did me well. I love the pipe, doing 360s on the pipe.
Wow.
So much fun. So much fun. It taught me so much. I remember, I'll never forget, because I did a tour on the Roxy circuit.
Oh, wait. Well, that's from keep going.
And I remember that while we were doing that, because at that time, pro amateur circuit for women snowboarding is not as expansive as it is now. So you're really kind of gearing up to, decide who you are. Is this something that's going to work? Is it going to stick? Is it, is it just kind of fun right now? Is it like that movie, The Rockettes? Not The Rockettes. It's where... oh my gosh, the baseball one where the men went off to war.
Oh, the one who played the League of Their Own.
League of Their Own, thank you.
No, you're absolutely right.
That's what it was like.
Because it was still in its infancy and growing.
Yes. Yes, because this was in the early 2000s, so over 20 years ago.
That's when I was with K2, probably the late 90s.
Mm-hmm. So the men's circuit was very prominent, absolutely, as it should be. And
so you've got Big Bear in California. You probably have Mammoth.
We went to Mammoth. Yes, thank you. I digress. So I remember one time I was practicing, and I had practiced where I was doing one of my stunts, and I was trying to grasp it. Hit, and I fell so hard next to this poor child. I fell so hard that my body gear came off, and this poor little 8-year-old was like, "Mommy, this and that," and then I fell, and he's like, "Oh," and just took his trip to the mat.
I'm going home. Yeah, I'm done.
Mom, I don't want to do it anymore.
Well, nothing but creds to you because I never was, a little bit of free ride, but I wasn't in park, I just wasn't my thing, and I also got into the sport a little later in life. So I was backcountry, but crazy story was, so government camp in Mount Hood, we'd go there in the summer. So I'm snowboarding in August. And I took it out to the obsessed. It was like 11 months of the year I was snowboarding. We would find places, and it was crazy. But I'll never forget it. Two things. One, I'm watching these young kids who are in the pipe, and then we took them up Mount Adams to do a backcountry 8-mile downhill.
Oh yeah!
And these kids, with their big belts and their black fingernails, and they're going, they have dog collars on. They're going, "Wow, that was rad, dude! I really love this." But it really showed me, that feeling of community, and the sense that, I was showing them something they'd never experienced, because they had been doing everything like Pro-Am, in the pipe, in the park, doing tricks, doing freestyle. So it was kind of fun. So,
absolutely.
And can I ask, okay, this is someone like you and other people who do ski and snowboard are going to get this. Wasn't that the coolest feeling in the morning when you got on the chair with your best friend and you're riding up and you're just catching the day.
7 a.m.
Yeah, and you're getting excited. And I tell people I used to hyperventilate. I'd get so excited. You know what I mean? I'd be going, I can't wait to get off this thing. So,
right. And you're doing that, and the higher you go in the altitude too, you're like, I can't do it anymore. No, it was the best feeling. And it's like the world was quiet.
Yeah.
And you had that moment to yourself.
Absolutely right. There were days too when it'd be snowing, really gentle, coming down, powder day, and you're riding up, and we used to just look at each other and go, man, are we lucky or what?
Right.
And then when I was working for outside and had my own business, the joke was Tuesday afternoon, 1:00, where's Chris? Board meeting. We're like,
I love that, board meeting.
Where's Scott and Chris? I'm but that's so cool. I'm glad. And then my last story on that was, so we'd be at government camp, and all of a sudden the dudes be like, oh my God, the Roxy girls are here.
Oh yeah, snowboarding coming out.
Oh yeah, we're all like, I'm older, but these guys are all like running. They're like, the Roxy girls are here. And it was like, then the party started. So it was always fun.
So much fun. That's one thing I love about Mammoth. Mammoth did it up so well to where you could they had the most beautiful hills and slopes, and then that nightlife, they really just made everyone so welcome. Yes.
Oh my God. And the other thing too is Mammoth is where I learned. So we're driving up one day, my business partner and I, because we're scouting for a little TV thing we were doing, and it's snowing. So they're stopping us, and they're going, chains. And we're like, chain, we don't need chains. We have a four-wheel drive rental car. We drive past them, right? All night long, we kept hearing, deed, deed. It was the end loader. Deed, deed. Oh, and it snowed 6 feet overnight. Which is not a big deal there. It happens all the time.
I was saying, but not over your rental car?
Yeah, I don't know. I think, but we woke up and we're like, oh, crap. Yeah. But that was the day that the lift chairs, they had to turn the lifts off because they were dragging in the snow. Oh, yeah. Think about that. Yeah. I mean,
it's the craziest thought, but the most beautiful sight to see, isn't it?
It
Just
is.
When you're in there and you're,
but yeah, I just had to ask about the lift chair because that to me was always, and then when my kids, I'd have my little girls, my daughters, and I'd be like, it was that moment, when we're riding up. And my little daughter was a little, typical snowboarder was, she was 7 and she could pick her nose with her tongue. So I digress.
I love it.
So we're going up in the chair. I'm like, come on, Rachel. And I'm just like, oh, for the love.
Yeah. Right?
Let's go ride, Dad.
Kindred spirits we are.
There we go. So anyway.
I love that.
All right. So talk about your family. I'm really curious. So I know you've got your career.
Yes.
I know you guys get out and do stuff, but tell me about your family, your kids, and just what's a typical day like at the Contreras household?
Oh, it's insane, insane. No, our house, as I was growing up, I always wanted to have the home that was filled with the loudness. I love that. The dogs playing in the background, the kids are running around, the TV's on, I'm cooking. I've always loved that image.
That's great.
And I do try to capture that at home every day. So I've got 2 boys. My oldest is 20. My youngest is 11. So I'm a very fun guy.
Oh, yeah. I had that too. I'm very familiar.
Yes. And you know what? If I fail at everything else from this moment forward, Chris, I still win because of them and who they are.
That's so cool.
I adore them. They're my world.
I always laugh because I worked out of the house for over 20 years of my own business. Oh, okay. But it was always dogs would start barking. I'm like, quiet the dogs, Yes. And I laughed because I was doing a podcast for Ford, and I was interviewing this famous stunt driver, Tony Hunt, and his dog starts barking. And my producer, I'm hearing in my headset, hey, tell him to silence the dog. I'm going, no, let it go. So the dog's barking, and Tony's like, and then you hear him go, hey, boy, stop. But it's classic. So I love it. So that household experience, that's really fun.
Yes, it is. And, I firmly believe that all of us, our home should be our place of peace. And we have to work to keep that.
Or chaos.
Organized chaos. In the best of ways, a hot mess, as they say. But we have to work to keep that. Yeah. And no matter what, you and I as adults and with our children and our family work very hard to keep that peace. And whether it be the chaos in the morning and the dogs and the things that we love, we still make sure it's in a safe, good environment. Great. And that's what I'd love to have.
So okay, your 2 kids, skaters, snowboard, ski, they get out?
Oh, they get out, absolutely. Okay. They are, I want to say they're trained, but that's the dogs.
We'll get to the dogs in a second.
There we go, right? No, so I had taken them out for snowboarding. Great, the oldest really took to it. Yeah. The youngest was a little bit, he's more of a up-and-coming engineer, I would say. Ooh. So he's like, as far as, the sports and stuff like that, that's okay, Mom. But hey, at 11, he has 7 laptops around him and can code games at 11.
That is cool. Yeah. Well, I just saw, I get feeds from all the different resorts around the country. I saw the Vail Resorts is looking for an engineer to help them work on their lifts. So there you go.
Combined, I love it. See, I'm going to have to get that
Think about that. And then Mom could come to visit.
Yes. Mom's waiting to be taken care of. She needs a new pair of shoes,
Free lift pass. So, but anyway.
That would be amazing.
All right. So I saw in your bio something about dogs, and it made me laugh because you said something. So I'm living in Santa Fe, and our neighbor, sweet woman, she had horses and she had dogs, and we just didn't know how many dogs. Then one day the county shows up. She had 18 dogs. And I'll never forget it because her line was the line I saw you use, which was, oh, no, I only have 5.
I only have 5, yes. And I would mean every word in that.
How many dogs do you have? Do you have 5?
No. Okay. No, I have 2.
Okay.
I have 2. I'm a huge believer of rescues.
Oh, yeah,
so
me too.
Both of our babies, which are large, because I also love the giant, the bigger the better.
Oh, boy.
We have a 1-year-old Cane Corso rescue.
Oh, my God.
Who, bless his heart, came from, this dog has traveled around more than you and I bet.
Yeah.
He started out in the San Bernardino shelter in California.
All right.
Had been attacked multiple times. They were going to put him down because he was attacked. He was a victim. They were going to put him down. This Corso rescue out of Medford, Oregon, grabbed him.
Whoa.
So he goes from San Bernardino to Medford, Oregon. Then my cane had passed this past December. From hemangiosarcoma, and I was just posting online to try and learn more about it.
Right.
And this rescue from Oregon reached out and said, hey, we don't know about the diagnosis or anything, but we've got this baby and he looks just like yours. We just took him in. And I had just lost my boy, and I was like, can we do this? Are you emotionally ready?
That is a big moment. It really is, when you have to say this dog, this cat, horse, whatever, was such a part of our lives. Am I ready for a new person or pet to come into the home?
Yeah.
So,
and of course, responsible people will think about it. I was like, no, send him.
I
thought about it.
It's on its way.
But so he came down. We've had him for about 6 months, so he's a year. He's just a baby.
Isn't that great?
I love the rehabilitation process, helping. And then we have Gypsy Rose. So that's Lorenzo. We call him Enzo.
I like that.
Yeah, it's like Ferrari.
Yes.
And then we have Gypsy Rose, who is a 3-year-old Doberman from our shelter in Las Vegas.
This is so wild. I'm not kidding. I was just speaking to someone the other day about, I don't see many Dobermans anymore.
Yes.
Irish setters and Dobermans. You don't see that many
Dobermans.
Yeah.
Irish setters, you don't either. Yeah, you're right. She was a foster fail. So funny story, we were on the news in Las Vegas because they're...
I love it. For a good reason, right? Not a bad. Okay.
There we go. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. No, the shelter had reached out to the community because the dogs were having that canine influenza.
Oh, I remember that. And they wanted to get him out of the shelter.
Yes, even to foster for a week so you could save a life, help the dog get better. So, of course, me and my son, at the time he was this is, 2-3 years ago. So, 9, I can't even count. Polish, there we go. Whatever that was. And so we go down there and they brought her out. It was kind of not really a funny story. Funny that we have her now, but she was about 30 minutes set from being put down.
Oh, my God.
And so I said, well, no, let us see her. So they bring her out, but they had their suits on that they normally put the dogs down. So my son's like, Mom, what is that? And I'm like, just give us the dog, give us the dog. And he's like, but what are those suits, Mom? And I'm like, baby, cut it.
Isn't that hard?
And she jumped on his chest. She gave him a kiss in the face. So it was that. Everyone around us was like,
it's a done deal.
Yeah.
No, isn't that crazy?
Yes.
The dog I currently have, Lena, the same thing. We went to the shelter, and this is a funny story. I assume had been 4 of them. They were all siblings because they were named after the Beatles.
Oh, I love that. That's amazing.
But it was funny because they brought her and her sister in together. They were twins.
Oh.
And the sister was just too aggro, was, like trying to be the attention. And I said, could I ask a favor? Could you take this dog out? I think it was Lennon and leave McCartney, even though they were females.
Funny to say.
But it was funny, but it was the same thing. Lena, I held her on my lap. And that moment when you go, oh, man. And it was over. That was it. So there you go.
She was yours. You were hers.
Yeah, isn't that great?
Yeah.
So good for you.
Thank you. We've got them there, and they're just So and she has helped our son really grow and expand himself because before, he really wouldn't. As you grow up as a little boy, it's like, okay, yes, I want to, sleep in my room, but not really like, oh, Mom, I'm going to come and Here's back and forth as they grow up. But she helped him tremendously. Just open and grow, and his person, isn't it? I mean, it's beautiful to see how they both teach each other.
And it's also responsibility.
Yes.
I'm going to say something. This is really true. You see when a kid has to learn to take care of a pet. Yes. And they're responsible. And it's not like, and it's beautiful, isn't it? When you don't have to nag. Hey, have you fed the dogs yet?
Yes.
When they do it. And, there's a moment with my son, I'm like, get off the game and take care, and the dogs are all lined up looking at him like this,
right.
So, but that's beautiful. That's so cool to hear you say that.
Thank you.
So,
we love it.
All right, so here we go. Parnall Law. I saw in your bio, and please, you got to explain this. 16 was your first taste of law firm experience, am I right?
Yes.
What were you doing?
Oh, gosh. Well, and my dad's going to hate me. I love you, Dad. Sorry.
Yeah.
So my father worked in a law firm in Las Vegas, had been out there for many, many years as their accountant.
Oh, interesting.
And it was summer break, and I was with my girlfriends, and he just that day or whatever, he was like, you're going to come to work with me. And, of course, my one girlfriend came over, and she was like, well, do you want to try a cigarette? And I was like, oh, my goodness, yes.
Why not? Yeah.
There you go. Why not?
Yeah.
And sure enough, as soon as we went to do that, here comes my father right around the corner, grabs me by the arm, and he's like, no, never again. He goes,
now you're going to work day.
He goes, now you're going to get a job here.
That's so cool.
And I started so at 16 years old, I started in his law firm as a file clerk.
Yes.
And then
love it.
a runner, and then went to reception, went to prepaid legal. They had a prepaid legal department, which is now like an intake.
Yeah.
And worked my way up from there.
That's cool.
Yes. So he got me into it, which is, thank you, Dad, I love you.
Yeah.
But
So what's your career path been at Parnall? What did you come in at? Because I know what you're doing now, which is director of intake. So now you've got this staff. But how did it come about? What led you to Parnall?
You know what? Honestly, I may have dreamed about this place. It's just been so spectacular since day one. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
Yeah.
So in I think it was during COVID. Yes. So it was such changing times. Yes. December of 2020.
2020 probably.
2020, yes, because I started in January the following month.
Right.
I was looking because I had been doing plaintiff employment law with a really wonderful firm and learned a lot. And sometimes, you just personal injury always felt like home to me. It really did.
Right.
I had done it prior.
Right.
I have done other sectors and aspects and areas of law, some that I won't touch with a 10-foot pole, family law.
Yeah.
But no. But they all have their.
Tell me about it. I know.
They all have their pros and cons, and you learn so much from everywhere that you're at. So I had just reached out because I had seen the intake position here.
And you're probably like me. I think when I saw, I'm in a different situation because I've been retired, I'm bored, but when I saw Fighting for Justice for the the wrongfully hurt or injured, and you say to yourself, wait a minute, this is something that has a little bit higher calling. And I've seen it now since I've been here, and you're seeing it every day. I mean,
every
lot
day.
more than I am. So.
I took a leap of faith, as I think that
Right.
Bert does, with all of us, which is
Right.
why he is so incredible at what he does and who he is and his family.
Yeah.
I had 3 others, so I was gracious enough to be offered an intake specialist position, and I had 2 other offers with firms in Las Vegas, and then one offer for Amazon, actually.
Okay, yeah, no, I know how that goes. It's like,
And I just, something about it here, I don't know, the energy, the love, the care, it pulled me in this direction. And I said, okay, well, let's do this. Let's decide this one.
Yeah.
And
So you come on board. I know we have pretty rigorous training. You've gone through everything to make sure. And also I know the hiring process. I tell people, I was in the ad business as a madman, and I've never watched the show, but I was a madman in Chicago, New York. Mm-hmm. But I was in an era when the interview process was intense, Oh,
this is that process.
Yes. When I interviewed here, my first comment when I finally got to that level where I got to sit in a room with everyone, and I said, wow, I haven't seen this in 40 years. And I meant it.
Yes.
It was a process, but it's for a reason.
Absolutely.
I think everyone here, I don't want to use the word, but I heard someone say one day, we don't hire the because everyone here, and isn't that amazing? I mean, that process, and when you finally get in, you're like, wow. I mean, so now intake. So here you go. Tell us the story. Tell us one that was an intake that really made you feel something, or tell us one that maybe something went a little maybe sideways.
A little kerfluffle, snafu there.
Sideways, but no, sir, I'm curious.
Oh, I mean, you get being an intake.
Right. It's that first.
Everything. It's the first everything.
That's it.
Because people aren't calling us because something might happen.
Right.
They're calling us because something did happen.
Yeah.
And I am so grateful for every single person who calls into our office because they have so many that they can call. They have so many people, so many places to go.
That's
and
interesting.
yet they call us. So my department and my team, who is so spectacular to their core, has that ability to say, hey, how can I help you? What is going on today? Right, and this person chose to call us, and they realize that. They recognize that this person is trusting us. That's huge in this day and age. It's so huge to have that trust for someone just to pick up the phone.
Well, it's a human interaction. I mean, what's really interesting is, I forget what I was doing recently. I needed something from a company, customer service, and I knew it was a bot.
Oh,
and
yes,
I'm like,
yes,
come on. I'm like, so I started messing with it. Yeah, right. So what did
Representative.
What did you do on Saturday, bot? So, so now you're doing this, but now, I've heard, just, through your bio and through, talking to people that you work with, you rose pretty quickly because you had a knack, a gift for speaking with people and for making them feel at ease and helping, make a decision. Yeah. So I saw something now. Tell me if this is true or not. You said that intake is like speed dating.
Oh, gosh, yes. Intake is speed dating with legal consequences.
Oh, my God.
Because, you have to decide right away. Is this going to work? Are we going to drive each other nuts 6 months from now? Are we feeling each other? So it is, but in the best of ways.
Yeah. That is classic. I love that. I think I'm going to have a little plaque made for you. You can put it above your desk.
I will do that.
It's like speed dating. That's really cool.
Yeah.
So I get a sense when I see, you, when we do our mornings, Monday mornings, and I see your folks, and I get a sense you've created quite a team. And it seems like you guys, there's shout outs and all that, but you can tell when it goes beyond the normal kind of, I work for, or that person reports to me. But tell me about that. I know you've built quite a team of people who really get it done. I think that's really important.
I am so blessed to work alongside such spectacular people every day.
Yeah.
Not only everyone in the firm, but my team in particular, because intake, it's unfortunate to say, but intake has a shelf life.
Yeah, it does.
There is a burnout rate of about a year.
Yeah, it's hard because you're
dealing with that secondary trauma every day, and without being able to empty that
it's
bucket.
Almost like being a therapist.
Yeah, yes. One of my team members actually says that. One of my leads,
yeah.
But no, I would not be who I am. Our team would not be who it is without the people that we have put on there. And my team is just, Chris, they are spectacular in every way. They show up, the dedication that they have, and they've been with us for years. We've been together for years, which is unheard of.
That is,
And it's, they're spectacular.
So one thing I think people forget about is some businesses you see from beginning to fruition to end. Some you see just a segment or piece. I know you hear of these stories, like certain cases where you must feel a sense of pride, that you know that when you guys brought this in, you had a feeling something went well, and then suddenly there you are, and it's triumph at the end. You know, we've closed, settled. The person now can get out with their lives and just feel better about everything.
Oh, yeah. There has been so many people who have touched our hearts, and I hope that we have touched theirs. You know, you asked me about a particular case, you know, in scenario, and it's hard to define and single out just one. You know, we have those ones that tear us down to our core. God knows I've had mine, and Bert even actually called me one day to see how I was doing because the case was so... It was just, there were so many moving parts in the most emotional of ways. And you, as much as you try to empathize and put yourselves in that person's shoes, when you do, it's so, the emotion that can come over you, you know,
and
it's
that
just
is
a lot.
Hard. That is hard. I did therapy for a short period with, you know, people with cognitive disabilities, and it was heavy. And then there were some other sides, like, you know, I'll tell you a funny story, you know, but no, but it's like, you know, you realize sometimes, and it's hard, you don't want to take it home with you, but sometimes, but then those are those moments when you hug your kid or you hug your dog.
Right,
And those dogs are there for a reason. You give that dog a hug and, you know, and they look at you and they know. They can tell if you had a rough one.
So. And it's so funny you say that because, I'll be on a call and you're going through it and you're there and you're giving your 110% as the person on the other end is giving to you. And my, gypsy will come up and just kind of put her head on my lap. And I'm like, girl, you just know.
No,
so
they're
I'm so grateful.
Insightful.
Yes.
Especially rescues. They know. Tell me that you look at them, they're just like, I am so lucky.
Right? Yes. And my neighbors say that too. They're so grateful.
The dudes with the suits were coming in to get me, and then suddenly I met Ciara.
There we go, yes.
It's time to go home. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, hey, I don't want to mess this up, so I'm going to read something because this really touched me, and I saw this, and it's a quote that you say you absolutely love, and I think I do now as well, but that's from Maya Angelou, when she said, people forget what you said, people forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Yeah. That's magic. That's so cool. I love it.
Her quote is so spectacular because we go about our lives and our days. And, when we go out there into the world, we go about our emotions. We go about our day, but then there's that one person who steps out of that normal realm, and just the way that they make you feel with that kind gesture or a kind word, it goes so far.
Isn't that beautiful? I mean, I've been fortunate to do. It's not something that marketing does a lot. We've kind of transitioned a little bit, but when I first started, I was doing some DSP settlements. When the client would come in, it was the final moment. We'd give them everything they needed, and it was really touching because they would mention certain people. They'd say that Nick, my attorney, or Ciara. From the moment I spoke with Ciara, and it doesn't make. I mean, it does. It makes you feel so good.
It does. It lights you up like Christmas.
Yeah.
That's the feeling I want to keep.
Yeah.
So.
Well, Ciara, this has been wonderful. Thank you very much.
Chris, thank you.
Yeah, and people will see this now. They're going to learn a little something about snowboarding, a little something about intake.
Vegas, neon lights under the Mexican skies. Absolutely, baby.
Thank you very much. And it's a pleasure. And we're definitely going to stay in touch. Well, I'll see you every week.
There we go. Yes, sir. I'll be here.
Yeah, take care. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chris.